Hi everyone, welcome to another episode. Today on Breaker Build, we're gonna start taking the front end out. A couple of things that I forgot to mention last time. It is a 2009 335i. I believe this is the last model they made with the N54. They started making N54 around 2006 and 2007, and there were a couple of issues. When I started looking into it, I figured I might as well get a relatively newer version of it, yet the same engine, because I did not want to go with the N55. So yeah, that's about it. Let's get rolling and start taking the front end out. So first time on our E90, I'm going to start taking the front end out. I'm going to start doing that by taking the headlights, at least the headlight, and taking the bumper off and see what's underneath. Alright, let's start going. So I have taken the bumper off. It's mostly Torx 30 on top. There's 4 on this corner, and then you got a whole bunch of 8mm screws under the wheel well cover. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm guessing on a regular car it would have been easier to take the wheel off or cut the front wheel to the other side so you have space to access. But on mine it's already kind of loose, so it was easier for me to take it out. There's a whole bunch of 8mm screws at the bottom holding on to the covers at the bottom, but it's missing on mine, so it was easier. The headlight, there's a few Torx 30. There's 2 on top, then there's 2 on the side, 2 more on the left. So once you take 6 Torx 30, just unplug it and the whole thing comes out. Once you've taken the headlight off, to take the crash bar, it's not that hard. It's 30mm screws, 4 on each bars, 2 on top, and I don't know if you can see it. There you go, 1 on that side, the other one on the other side. So basically 4 30mm screws on each side of the crash bar, and then it's holding in the middle by this is, I believe, a Torx 27, and then there's 2 Torx 30. And to take the intake cowl cover thing, there are push clips, 2 on both sides, and then there's 2 Torx 20 screws. So once you loosen that out, the cover comes out, and then you have access to the bar which is holding the crash bar. And yeah, that's about it. Let's start taking it out. So I ran into a problem. There is a stud right there. So that stud is present both sides of the crash bar. So then I realized the crash bar is completely connected to the, I guess you call it the front support bar. So I had to take that off as well. So to take that off, there's 2 10mm bolts on both ends, and once you loosen it, there's this 2 Allen 8. It's kind of like a rubber stoppers which is holding the radiator and the core support. So 2 of these, like on both sides. Those 2 are Allen 8. Once you take it out, the complete crash bar should come apart. Oh yeah, don't forget to take the connector for the latch. So it's basically, you're gonna unclip it, open it up, and then just take the wire off of it, and that should bring the whole crash bar and everything else with it. So I started taking the cabin air filter out. To do that, there's 2 of these covers on both sides. It's just clip off, so you take it off. And then there's several 8mm bolts, one here, one on the other side. and there's one here and two there, so they both just connects there, and it's on both sides. Once you take it off, the cabin air filter comes off. I want to get it off. There's one 8mm screw over here, and there's one on the other side as well. And then these are the rubber clips. Like right here, it just goes in. You just take the clip off, and the whole thing comes off. Oh yeah, don't forget to take the wires out of the holding thing, which is holding there. So you just pop it out and get the cables out, and then you just take this apart, and that's about it. Let's keep going. So I started taking the radiator, intercooler, and the AC condenser. To go ahead with that, you got two of these things on the sides. It's basically what's holding the radiator and everything together. There's a Torx 25, I believe, one here on top, and there's one on the bottom, like around here. And once you take that out, this is just a clip, and you just wiggle it out of there. And on the other side, it's the same deal. There's one on top and one on the bottom. Additional one is where the what you call this AC condenser connects. There's another Torx 25 to take this out. So it's basically one on top, one on the bottom of there, and one on the side, like right around here. So once you take that out, it'll just come out. So the first thing I took out was the intercooler. It has one of those pull clip on the left hand side. Then on the right hand side, I just took off from the charge pipe. I just unscrewed it and popped it off. Then same deal for the radiator. It's just a pull clip, and just pull it out. I'm just letting it drain, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. When it's drained, I'm gonna take it out. So we have done taking the front end out, kind of, most of it, at least. All right, so we took the bumper, headlight, bumper, and all the core support and the good stuff goes with it. And then I started taking the intercooler, radiator, AC condenser, power steering cooler, yeah, all that other good stuff. So we done taking the front end up. It was relatively quicker and easier compared to the E46, because I believe someone had worked on it before and it was kind of a mess. But this was much easier. Thank you BMW for making it easier to take it apart. So same as the previous one, we're gonna jump on taking the top vanity cover and getting to the coils and taking the cables, wires, intake manifold, and everything on the next episode, hopefully, because it's gonna be 4th of July, and I hope I'll be able to work during that weekend. And moving on, if you're not subscribed, please hit the button somewhere on here. Yeah, possibly here. Hit subscribe, like, share, and comment, and you know, the whole shebang, because it helps out a lot. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Keep breaking bolt. Don't forget.